Welcome everybody, Brian Redgrave is here with my review of WrestleMania 37, Night 1. Here we are, it's WrestleMania time once again. And well, Night 1 because it's a 2-night show, once again just like last year. Can I just say I like the idea of 2 nights better than one 7-hour pay-per-view? I think so, I don't think I'm the only one. So what did Night 1 bring us? Was it good? Was it bad? How was it after having crowds again after 1 year? Can I just say that it sucked having to wait 45 minutes for the first match to start because the weather was not being very friendly and apparently it was really bad to the point where we had to wait and then we got all these interviews I didn't care about. So after 45 minutes of absolute garbage of watching interviews after interview after interview because, well, we couldn't just do something with the 24/7 title instead, we got Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, versus Drew McIntyre in the first match of the night, the first match of WrestleMania, the first match in front of the live audience. And can I say that this was a great match to start the pay-per-view because honestly, you need a big match to start the pay-per-view and to get the crowd hype, you know, after not being part of the shows for so long in the Thunderdome and all that. And honestly, a starting match, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre delivered. It was a very good back and forth, both men just hitting each other with their best move. Drew McIntyre fell in love with doing suplexes and doing the Kimura lock for some reason. But honestly, the Kimura lock, it worked in his arsenal. It honestly really did work in his arsenal. It was honestly back and forth, and I really did enjoy it. Overall, it was a good starter match. Bobby Lashley won, retained with the full Nelson, because apparently Drew McIntyre fell asleep, passed out on the full Nelson. Even though Gabe, who was watching it with me, you know, guys know him as Castle, kept telling me how a full Nelson doesn't put somebody to sleep. So him saying that, and then fucking Drew McIntyre falling asleep was kind of funny because he was telling me one thing and I'm seeing another in the world of wrestling. So overall, this match was honestly really good. It gets an up, back and forth. Some of their best moves, but can I just say that Drew McIntyre never hit the Claymore? At one point, he was going to hit the Claymore. Fucking MVP yelled, "Bobby!" Bobby fucking moved out the way, and then fucking got him with the full Nelson, which is good. The full Nelson move was the way to go. That's just become his new finisher. Is no longer the spear, pretty much. So it was good. Good match. Good way to start it. And the right guy won the match. And after a great opening, we followed it up with a shit show. Because then we had the tag team turmoil match, which was Naomi and Lana versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. No, sorry, not Sonya Deville. Not Fire and Desire anymore. Dana Brooke versus the Riot Squad versus Tamina and Natalya versus Peyton Rose, damn it. Bailey Kay and Carmella. I'm getting all these names confused. Fuck, it's like 2 in the morning. I'm tired. And honestly, the match was very forgettable. You know, the match started Naomi and Lana and Billie Kay and Carmella. And honestly, oh my god, like the match was forgettable. Carmella and Billie Kay eliminated Lana and Naomi. Good call. We were on the right track. Then the Riot Squad came out. They eliminated them. We were still on the right track. They eliminated Mandy Rose and fucking this girl's name, Dana Brooke, I forgot. And then Natalya Tamina won, beating out the Riot Squad. Oh god. Who cares about Natalya and Tamina? Nobody cares about these two women. I'm sorry to them. They've both been in the company for a long time. I don't care. I didn't care about them 10 years ago. I don't care about them now. They're just forgettable. And I was honestly hoping the Riot Squad won. Fuck, anybody but these two. Because Carmella, would have been better. The Riot Squad would have been better. Mandy and Dana would have been better. Anybody but these two. And then the match was forgettable. Nothing ever really clicked or connected because it was just one of those, alright, two teams, one gets eliminated quick, another team, okay, this is going to be 2-3 minutes, another team, another 2-3 minutes, and they're eliminated, another team, oh my god, it was just quick eliminations after quick eliminations. It was just forgettable. Nothing ever really clicked. So now, because of this, Tamina and Natalya will wrestle Shayna and Nia tomorrow. down. I'm not excited for this match. Had you given me the Riot Squad, maybe I would have been more excited. But this does not make me excited for tomorrow. Now I'm just thinking, man, this match will be the bathroom break tomorrow. And it's a shame. I love Shayna Baszler, damn it. I love Shayna Baszler. Now, yeah, I could care less about. The match gets it down. Like I said, it was too fast for how many teams were involved. Too quick. Forgettable. Nothing ever clicked. The match is just going to get it down, honestly. Down. So after the pay-per-view started off good, went downhill, the pay-per-view picked itself back up with Cesaro versus Rollins. And this was a match that before it even started, I was expecting this to seal the show. And it did not. It did not disappoint at all. Cesaro and Rollins, this match was straight up fire, guys. Fire. Fucking reversals after reversals, back and forth. Both men pulling some of the best moves of their fucking life. Honestly, Cesaro, his first WrestleMania singles match in his career. All these years, just battle royals and tag teams. First singles match in his career. That's incredible that it took this long for him to get here. But his debut in a singles match did not disappoint. And it was not just a great match. It was the match of the night without a doubt. Spoilers, letting you know right now that nothing in this pay-per-view was able, well, this night, because WrestleMania also tomorrow, top this match. Cesaro got the biggest win of his career. Fucking did the Cesaro swing 23 times. Like, 23. Like, he broke his own record. Honestly, it was incredible. Cesaro, it looked like he wanted to cry at the end. Like, yo, he's probably crying like, yo, I'm finally getting pushed. I can't believe it. Because not only did he have his singles match of Mania, he won it. It was a great match. This could be the beginning of a fucking revival of his singles career. Hopefully leading to eventually a world title run. Because the man has the strength. The man has the wrestling ability. The man is fantastic in the ring. He does not have a bad match with anybody. So I'm looking forward to the future. I'm okay if they fight a little bit more. Because to be honest, I was hoping this match was even longer than it was. It was just going and going and going. I didn't want it to end anytime soon when I was watching the match. I was like, hopefully this goes on longer. When it ended, it ended. But it was a great match. Great back and forth. The Rollins, Cesaro honestly stole the show for me and for Gabe, who was with me. The match not only gets an up, no, it gets the heavy metal horns for awesome, because the match honestly just was fucking fantastic. And honestly, I want to see more of these two. Give me another match in the next pay-per-view, whatever pay-per-view that may be. I don't know what pay-per-view, what Extreme Rules, whatever the fuck it is. Give me another match between these two. I'll take it, because if they deliver on their first match, you can imagine what they'll do in the second match. Oh yeah, I can just imagine how awesome that would be. Heavy metal horns. Okay, so this one hurt a bit because I love the New Day. I love AJ Styles. Never seen Amo, so I was indifferent about him. And after the match, my God, this match was fucking whack. Listen, I love the New Day. I love AJ Styles, like I said. AJ Styles, in reality, didn't do jack in this entire match. He got destroyed by the New Day most of the time because the story we had to tell here was that Omos was big and he can't stop. AJ and Omos are your new tag team champions in a forgettable tag team match, which only saw AJ get destroyed, Omos come in, did like 5 moves, and win the match. Here's the thing, the 5 moves Omos did, okay, they were all pretty well done. Besides the 5 moves he did, he was looking stiff. While he was trying to make a tag, the fucking guy was just fucking taking his arm without even trying, just putting it out there, looking fucking stiff as hell. When he was in the ring, he seemed lost, like, what the fuck do I do here? Honestly, the match is disappointed. The match is getting it down. Like I said, the moves he did, sure. The moves he did, impressive. Only like 5 of them. And then AJ jumping from the rope until his shoulder for the phenomenal forearm. That was a dope-ass move right there. That was a good tag team move. Besides that, the match was forgettable. And it sucks because I love all these dudes. But congratulations to AJ, who has now become a WWE Grand Slam champion, having won the World title, US title, Intercontinental title, and Tag title. But the match itself gets it down for being forgettable. Now here's the match I was not looking forward to at all before the pay-per-view. And after watching the match, well, yeah, nothing really special but 2 things. Anyway, the match itself started before Braun even got in the ring because he got a jump by Elias and the other guy whose name I forgot. That's how wow he is. And he got beat up first, so Shane took advantage inside the ring, blah, blah, blah. Back and forth somehow because Braun can't just kill Shane, I guess. Eventually, Braun, got some of his momentum back, but again, Shane McMahon, the Unstoppable, had his kryptonite apparently. Blah, 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 blah. The match was forgettable, nothing special. Now, there were two spots in particular that did make the ending better, because while the match was not special, at one point, Braun was just throwing Shane around the cage, which is what should have happened the entire time. At one point, Shane McMahon was about to escape, literally was outside, and came Braun Strowman, ripped the cage open. Right there, started taking a part of the cage apart, dragged Shane McMahon inside. It was insane. It was a cool moment. Showed Braun's strength. That was a cool moment in the match. Besides, like I said, the match itself was not very good. And the storyline here, probably the worst one going into Mania. Yeah, even the storyline with Bad Bunny was better than this garbage. So he pulled him back in, destroyed him a bit more. And eventually they made it to the top. Braun Strowman threw Shane McMahon from the top of the steel cage in what had to be one of the most painful bumps I've seen in a long time. Not ever, but in a long time. Shane McMahon just fucking crashed all the way down. This shit was insane. Like, that bump makes the match slightly better because it left you with a holy shit moment right there. But I felt like Braun should have won right there. Instead, Braun decided to come back down, pick him up, do the power slam, to then get the 1, 2, 3. I felt like that was not needed. Like, he could have just literally escaped outside, or come back down, go through the door, or get the 1, 2, 3. I guess he felt he needed a power slam too. Even though Shane was he was dead. He was dead. The guy was literally sleeping after getting thrown from the top of the cage. That should have been the ending. Because when you do the power slam afterwards, it kind of takes away from that ending. It kind of really did take away from that. Because it wasn't the finisher. The match is getting it down. Like I said, the match was forgettable. The feud was forgettable. I hope this is it. I hope I don't see no more. Like I said, it got slightly better towards the end, because that's when Braun started dragging around Shane from side of the cage to side of the cage. He ripped the cage open, and eventually that big bump where he threw Shane from the top. But unfortunately, the last 3 minutes of a match can't save an entire match, now can it? So, the match is getting it down, and I hope this shit is over. And then we get to the controversial match of Damien Priest along with Bad Bunny versus Miz and Morrison. Okay, I have a few things to say. Because, like, I seen, like, there's a mixed reception towards this match. Bad Bunny did not do too bad. He performed pretty well. In fact, there have been celebrities who have performed way worse than him. There are wrestlers who wrestled way worse than he did. Eva Marie and people like that. So, I will give him his credit. He did deserve that. He did do pretty well. I've seen much worse. There is another problem, though. Even though he did pretty well, Miz and Morrison are legit wrestlers. Both of them are very good. The Miz is a former world champion, 2-time Grand Slam champion. John Morrison is awesome. But they got mostly destroyed and clowned around. Because, see, Bad Bunny and Damien Priest won the match. And I honestly was okay with that. I predicted they would win. And I'm okay with them winning. But, like, Damien Priest needed to do a little bit more for me to buy that. Like, the match was mostly Bad Bunny with Damien just at the end. So you have a guy who's a non-wrestler taking out 2 actual athletes. 2 actual, wrestlers. That's where the problem lies. Because Miz is a former world champion. And the way they were selling for Bad Bunny, yes, they did a good job at their job. Yeah, they sold perfectly. But it wasn't believable because Bad Bunny is not a legit athlete. I'm okay with him doing some stunts, some moves, some hits. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them winning. But if they were going to win, Damien Priest needed to do a little bit more. And Bad Bunny did not need to be so dominant in this match. The match itself, it wasn't necessarily good, but it wasn't necessarily bad. It's going to get a middle thumb because it wasn't good. It wasn't necessarily bad. Like I said, there's been worse celebrities than Bad Bunny performing out there in the ring. So he himself, he didn't do too bad. But, so if you loved it as a Bad Bunny fan, I get it. If you hated it, I also get it. I stand in the middle for this one. And that brings us to the main event of WrestleMania 37 Night 1, where Royal Rumble winner Bianca Belair took on Sasha Banks, the boss, the blueprint, on the main event. And honestly, this match was really, really good. Was it match of the night? No. Was it close? Yes. Top 3? For sure. Honestly, it was just a back and forth between two excellent women, because both of these women can wrestle their asses off. Back and forth. At one point in the match, Sasha Banks had a fucking bank statement with fucking Bianca's hair. I thought Sasha was going to win there. It really looked painful. But the match was so fucking back and forth. And Sasha was being a heel throughout the match, trying to use Bianca's hair. At one point, near the end of the match, this was literally at the end, Bianca won because near the end, she took her heel, fucking whipped Sasha Banks with it. They fucking cut her, which she actually had some blood. That's how hard it fucking hit her. Honestly, Bianca's your new women's champion for SmackDown. It was a great call. It was the right call. Bianca needed to win. Bianca needs to be leading the women's division in SmackDown going forward. And this is the second time women main event WrestleMania. It's the first time they do it in a singles match. And they did not fail us. They did deliver in the main event. They showed they can go. We all know they can go. They're fucking excellent women wrestlers. And honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the matches. The match was good. The match was missing like a holy shit moment, I guess you could say. But yet again, you could say the holy shit moment was the whipping of the hair. She fucking, like, I'm saying that shit sounded hard as fuck. That's like if somebody would have hit you with a candlestick, but maybe even harder. Honestly, Sasha Banks, that must have fucking hurt, and it'll be hurting till tomorrow. Or tomorrow, fucking the next week or so. Honestly, the match is getting up because the match was really good. It was really, really good. It was just back and forth, showing the best both women can do. Honestly, reversals after reversals, just hitting each other with the best they got. Like I said, Bianca got out of the fucking the fucking submission bank statement, and shit, the fucking Sasha kicked out of Bianca the 450 splash. It was a great match, honestly. It was really good. It was a match of the night. That honor goes to Cesaro and Rollins, but definitely gets a nub. So that brings us to the end of night 1. How was WrestleMania 37? Night 1, part 1. It was mediocre. Because while, Drew and Bobby Lashley delivered, Cesaro and Rollins delivered, Sasha and Bianca delivered with 3 very good matches, the rest of the card, the tag team turmoil was garbage. Braun and Shane McMahon, I forgot his name, was garbage. It got saved. The last 3 minutes made it a little better because of the bump, but it was garbage. And the Bad Bunny match was mediocre to me at best. Some people might love it. Some people might hate it. It was honestly just mediocre. Overall, the pay-per-view gets it's in the middle. It's fine. I think Gabe said best. It was okay pay-per-view, shitty WrestleMania, because as a WrestleMania, you expect every match to be fire, or almost every match. And there was more downs than up here. So, night 1 was very mediocre. But technically, both nights being WrestleMania 37, technically they're the same pay-per-view. So technically, if tomorrow delivers on all cylinders and is firing on all cylinders, technically it could go down as a great WrestleMania if night 2 is all fucking awesome. But we'll see. This is the WWE where we deliver and we fail you at the same time. Like I said, if you want to watch any matches from this night, Sasha, Bianca, go watch that. Bobby, Drew, go watch that. And Cesaro and Rollins, definitely watch that. If you only want to watch one match, then Cesaro and Rollins is definitely the one to go. So that was my review of WrestleMania 37. I will try my best to have a review for night 2. This is night 1. Because I do work Monday morning. And I don't know what time this is going to end tomorrow. Hopefully we don't have another delay. This has been Brian Redgrave. Redgrave, out.